talked to Stephen. He was saying if we don't get the title shot from Spence, we probably will fight Thurman if he give up the titles, for the titles. And if we don't get him, we're going to wind up fighting Stenionis. So one of them got to fight him sooner or later. So, and it should be pretty soon.
Bozy, would you expect Thurman to really entertain the idea of fighting your son?
I don't know. A lot of these guys, they say they'll fight him, and then next thing you know, they fight somebody else.
I think he'll do it because he got to get back into the picture.
Not only that though, it's for the titles. Yeah. So for the titles, I think he will take a chance for the titles. You know what I mean? Other than that, he wouldn't.
I don't know what's going on with Boots not taking good fights. See, I heard the fight against Virgil didn't happen. Heard the fight against Timo didn't happen. Like, that would never happen to Keith Thurman. Send me both of those contracts.
I'll take Stenionis in a heartbeat. I'm trying to get back in the ring one more time at the end of the year, though. Let's make it 3. So Stenionis, Keith Thurman.
I still don't got a contract. Where's my contract? Send me both of them.
Boots didn't want Timo. Boots doesn't want Ortiz. Hey, Boots, what do you want?
Maybe, but
who's Boots' opponent, Eddie, for October?
That will be announced this week as well.
Yeah,
so, look,
we lost a couple names.
We actually offered the fight to Josh Kelly yesterday.
Yo, hold up. Champion. Hey, champ. Champ. Who do you want? You want champ? You want chumps? But someone told me the other day that he was saying he wants to move up and get 2 tune-ups? Undefeated champion getting tune-ups? Did you pop your bicep tendon?
We're talking. The problem is Josh earned a lot of money to fight he was going to fight Liam Smith, but ended up fighting Ishmael Davis. So it's difficult because he's had a bit of that Riyadh season money. The offer's a great offer, but after the Riyadh season fights, I just like the fight. It could be a WBO final elimination.
I don't care if you get mad. Jaron gonna be burning. Jaron gonna be burning Eddie Hearn pockets up, fighting them bums. Oh hell yeah, man! Jaron gonna be burning Eddie pockets up, fighting them bums. See, man, Eddie don't get it. He really don't get it. And as you see, Eddie Hearn is talking about money. Well, that's the whole thing. You can't sneak build Jaron Boots Ennis. Everybody knows what you're doing with Jaron Boots Ennis at this point. And everybody's going to treat you like Brian Norman Jr. and Sr. treated you. They know how desperate you are to build Jaron Boots Ennis. And they know that you can't go any particular way with building Jaron Boots Ennis. You need to take a certain route. Since everybody knows the desperation and to build Jaron Boots Ennis, they're going to ask you for the maximum amount of money. It has nothing to do with the Riyadh season. Everybody sees that you're desperate to build your product over there, okay? And since they know that you're desperate to build that product over there, they're going to charge you a pretty penny because they know that you need this to build Jaron. If not, you ain't finna see no money back off Jaron. And that's the whole thing. Jaron been clearing over $3 million a fight, guaranteed 2.3. Now I understand why they don't want to do nothing over there. You've been paying Jaron Ennis a little bit over $3 million per fight, and he hasn't fought anybody. So yeah, he's going to keep running into the money problem. But this is the thing. If you are having a money problem, watch this. If you're having a money problem or putting up the money to get the fights for Jaron Boots Ennis, that's what Turkey was there for. You see what I'm talking about? Like, Eddie got to burn so many bridges and so many excuses dealing with Jaron because we're dealing with a limited fighter that's like, shh, hush, hush. They don't want to tell anybody. But you could tell by the way that they're not able to move. Okay? If you're having money getting fights for Jaron Boots Ennis, Turkey was just right there willing to pay you whatever you wanted for Jaron. The problem is Jaron don't want to fight the people that Turkey got for him. Okay? And that's the same thing with Brad Norman. That's the same thing with Devin Haney. That's the same thing with Conor Benn. That's the same thing with Blair Cobbs. That's the same thing with Teofimo Lopez. The list goes on and on and on and on. I told you, they didn't want to go to 54. All right? They were forced into 54 because, you know, they talked themselves into a rock and a hard place at 147. So they had to make it seem like they was about something. They don't want to be at 154, man. You could tell by the way they move with Jaron. Why would you want to go in a deep division with the way that you move with Jaron? This is not what they wanted. So of course you're gonna get the Josh Kelly fights. And this is the thing. A Josh Kelly fight, what is that gonna do to your career? What does that mean for your career? And if you're gonna take a fight like that, then a fight like fighting Keith Thurman will make all the sense in the world, because definitely putting up a fight with Keith Thurman over Josh Kelly pulls in more eyes. Beating Josh Kelly or fighting Josh Kelly doesn't elevate your career. Josh Kelly is washed. And to tell you the truth, Josh Kelly has, for the most part, always been a front runner. You know what I'm saying? But Josh Kelly has been washed. He ain't nothing special. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe when, you know, they was comparing him to Roy Jones, but you know how that story goes, you know, the comparisons and stuff like that. Boy, when you Caucasian and you can move anything like a minority, boy, you can compare with the greatest of all times. Same with Triple G, Loma, all them things. But, you know, we already talked about that. But it'd have been more interesting maybe back then when, you know, y'all was trying to shower him with them compliments that was undeserving. But now, this is exactly what this is, a super tune-up. And anybody trying to convince somebody that this is a competitive fight, if this is a competitive fight, then you ain't got shit to say about him fighting Keith Thurman, because that definitely must be a competitive fight in your eyes. But see, you guys don't want nothing that's going to move his career, because even you're afraid of how limited he really is. Even you can see it, even while not seeing it. You could smell it. You could tell. You could look at the signs and see something is seriously wrong here. But if Josh Kelly is good enough for a fight, but Keith Thurman not, man, like I said, this is a complete joke. He can't call nobody out no more, and he can't talk about how nobody wants to fight him. That has been eliminated. It's going to be hilarious watching them, watching Eddie help Jaron Boots Ennis go down the street on his training wheels. This stuff is going to be hilarious, man. It really is, bro. It really is.
No, and after I do what Boots don't want to do, send me Boots. You know, like it don't matter, man. Like, bro, you think beating Stanley Onis, you did something in life, kid?